Royal biographer says Meghan Markle enjoyed being a princess until the rot set in and began to fester. Here's what a royal author is saying about the Duchess of Sussex loving her role as a princess before things started to rot. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle stepped down from their roles within the royal family less than 2 years after they tied the knot and the Duchess officially became a working royal. The former Suits star only had a total of 72 days of royal duties, but something happened after the Duke and Duchess's wedding that changed everything and proved Meghan had enough. Now with King Charles and Queen Camilla having embarked on their royal tour to Australia, some are looking back at the Sussexes' tour to the South Pacific as the time when Meghan's princess dream was shattered. Hello viewers, please remember to subscribe and click on the notifications bell icon, so you will be notified whenever we upload new cookies about the British royal family. In October 2018 Meghan and Harry went on a 16-day trip to Australia, New Zealand, Fiji, and Tonga. Crowds came out in droves to see the Sussexes and the response to them being in each country was overwhelmingly positive, therefore the tour was deemed a big success. However, once they got back to England, Meghan did not receive the praise she thought she should get from other members of the royal family over how well the trip went. Daily Mail royal editor Russell Myers told Sky News Australia that the trip broke Harry and Meghan and was one of the catalysts for them leaving the royal family. She and Harry had expected they would get much more praise and recognition from that royal tour. Royal reporter Angela Mollard added that Meghan grew very frustrated following the trip because she realized then that she was part of a big institution and she wasn't the hero of it. She was a cog in the wheel, and that became clear. Royal biographer Ingrid Seward also spoke about Meghan and Harry's South Pacific tour and how the Duchess was upset that she wasn't personally recognized by other royals for her efforts. According to Seward, Meghan enjoyed the whole idea of being a princess but wanted to be the star and certainly not told what to do, and that's when things began to unravel. Speaking to The Sun, Seward said while Meghan enjoyed playing the part of a princess, I think it was a bit of a shock, that, she was being told what to do. She was being told where to go and she was being told how to do it. She was taking a starring role in the actual size of the monarchy. She was just a little pinpoint. At that moment in Australia, she was in a starring role but she wasn't really, she was just a cog in the wheel. The author added, I think it was an eye-opener for Meghan, that she was always going to be a cog in the wheel because she was married to the number 2 man, and, not the number 1 man, which would have been, Prince William. I agree with the royal commentators, that was definitely when the rot began to fester a little bit. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex stepped down 439 days after their South Pacific tour ended. Meghan Markle's brutal 9-word comment about royal tour outing with Prince Harry. King Charles and Queen Camilla's Australia tour may bring back some memories for Meghan Markle. The royal pair today, Monday, October 21st, began their first official visit to the country since 2018, with Sydney and Canberra on their itinerary. This follows Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's high-profile tour of Australia in the same year, just months after their wedding. The Sussexes embarked on a 16-day tour that included Australia, Fiji, Tonga, and New Zealand, marking their first joint royal tour. The tour was made even more memorable by the announcement that Meghan and Harry were expecting their son, Prince Archie. The couple drew massive crowds during their tour, attending an impressive 76 engagements, reports the Daily Record. However, Valentine Lowe, former royal correspondent for The Times, suggests in his book, Courtiers, The Hidden Power Behind the Crown, that while Meghan enjoyed the attention she received, she didn't grasp the purpose of royal walkabout. He penned, on the South Pacific tour, Harry and Meghan were going down a storm. Massive crowds were turning out to see them, and Meghan's refreshingly informal approach to royal visits was proving a hit with the Australian public. An explosive book lifts the curtain on Meghan Markle's true feelings about royal duties, alleging she found walkabouts and interacting with the public puzzling, and unrewarding. While Meghan might have been all smiles in public, the book claims that behind the scenes, however, it was a different story. Although she enjoyed the attention, Meghan failed to understand the point of all those walkabouts, and shaking hands with countless strangers. According to several members of staff, she was heard to say on at least one occasion, "I can't believe I'm not getting paid for this." The same source claims Meghan expressed bafflement at the crowd outside Sydney Opera House during a visit, reportedly asking her team, "What are they all doing here? It's silly." With Charles and Camilla set to touch down in Australia later this week, the iconic venue is once again thrust into the royal spotlight, ready to be illuminated in a regal salute to the visiting monarchs. However, the visit is already stirring up some controversy. The king has been berated by an Australian senator who told him "You are not my king" and demanded a treaty between Australia's First Nations and its government. Charles and Camilla have faced low-key protests during their tour of Australia, which began on today, from supporters of First Nations resistance to colonisation, who have been displaying a banner with the word "decolonise" at a number of events. Meghan Markle's thinly veiled threat to royals in bombshell interview. Meghan Markle raised eyebrows with comments she made to The Cut, with some critics suggesting she included a number of thinly veiled threats directed towards the royal family. The interview was released at the end of August 2022, just a few days before the death of Her Majesty the Queen. In it, Meghan spoke about her life in California after quitting the royal family and revealed that she hadn't signed an NDA that might prevent her from speaking out. She also said she found a diary that she had kept during her time as a royal at Frogmore Cottage when she returned for the Queen's Platinum Jubilee celebrations. Speaking on True Royalty TV's The Royal Beat, Sunday Times royal editor Roya Nikhar dissected Meghan's telling comments. Roya said, "The thinly veiled threats that came in Meghan's interview with The Cut, I think, she probably hopes it does feel threatening to the royal family. But I think there's a lot of eye-rolling, going, we're used to this by now. But that phrase, I have a lot to say until I don't, and I've never signed anything that restricts me from talking." There was a very strong inference there. And, of course, the reminder that she keeps a journal, and her revelation that, when we came back to Windsor, to Frogmore Cottage for the Jubilee, I rediscovered my journal that I'd left there. I was astonished to discover that she had left a highly private diary behind in Windsor, rather than taking it back. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like this video and drop comments, and most importantly don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything.